All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about hiring employees. Okay, so like I said, the topic's hiring employees. I know this is something hot that everybody hates. It's everybody's biggest struggle. It's one of my biggest frustrations when I hear myself giving into that conversation of it's impossible to find employees. It's impossible to do. When I hear myself saying those things, because I always hate that impossible. It is a challenge. It is hard, but nothing's impossible. There's answers for everything, and he who says it is impossible is right. He who says it is possible is also right, and that he can be the same person. So with that being said, depending on what you want, if you want to grow your company, if you want to get your company to where you're not as involved, you're not laboring in the field someday where your company's out there, estimates are getting done without you doing them, jobs are getting scheduled without you doing them, billing's getting done without you doing it, so you can focus on more and more bigger stuff that grows your company, you have to build a team. Okay, wait just a second. Not sure what happened here, but as I rewatched this video, I realized it might not be as much about hiring as it is in building a team, holding people accountable, and hiring and firing, and how it all works together. So I apologize for misleading you, but I just wanted to fill you in on where this is going. You have to build a team, you have to find the pieces, you have to look at the company you have to make an organizational chart. It doesn't have to be fancy. Work on your dry erase board. I move mine around all the time. I'm like, hey, this isn't quite the way this needs to work, but this is what we need to make it work. This spot right here is sweet. Let's keep this the same. Let's keep these two players, these key guys or key women in the office or key women wherever, and that's what works. So you got to keep moving around, and you got to build a team, and you got to stay very, very focused and very, very diligent on building the team. That's something I've found, that if you're not building the team, you're finding the work. If you're not building the team, you're finding the work. And that's the next thing that I've been working on, is finding people to sell all the work and try to get people to hold each other accountable enough so I can continue moving up that ladder and focusing on more things in our company. So the second part to this is you have to hold people accountable. I have been guilty. I have apologized to my employees for this. I apologized for not holding people accountable, being lackluster, I guess, I hope that's the right word, in my decisions, making people feel good, putting that ahead of me being successful. So, I've been making sure people feel like, oh, we'll move you up, we'll get you trained, it's okay. I just flat out, I do some, and I'm a lot better than I used to be, but I just flat out haven't been holding people accountable enough for what we're trying to build. I was not holding people accountable enough. So you have to hold people accountable. We had a meeting of our team, and we had the dry erase board out. You can't read any of my writing, so it's more just for me to feel good that I get to write, because I love writing on dry erase boards. And we had Alana, one of our office, basically our account, she does all of the scheduling. We had her taking specific notes on what these guys said, and we had every crew leader listed up there, and they said what it is that they can do. And I said, if you said you can do this, you can do this. No ifs, ands, or buts. When you fail at this, you're getting written up. If you fail at this 3 times, you're probably gonna get fired. We're holding people accountable. This is not like, I didn't get to just screw up forever and still have a business. You don't get to screw up forever and still be an employee, And everybody wants a raise as well, and that's always something. So you got to hold these people accountable. And in this meeting, I said, everybody wants more money. I think you all deserve more money. Your raises will become effective once you become effective. Just like the company. The company will become effective. It will get more money the company will get more money once the company becomes effective. And if that all works together, the company makes more money and the employees make more money. So you have to hold them accountable. You have to find out what people can do and hold them to it. And that is something I wasn't doing. And just this past week, I wrote up people that I know it hurt their feelings, but it was something that they shouldn't have had wrong. And one guy, it wasn't even really his fault, but he was involved in it and he knew better, so I wrote him up. And neither of them liked it, and it pissed both of them off, but now at least we've got something to base things off of. So hold people accountable, and do not be a little girl about it, and just do it. It's not about you feeling good and other people feeling good. You're in this business to make a profit. You're in this business to be successful for yourself, and successful so you can pay people more money and give people a livelihood. Third thing, you have to keep hiring and you have to keep firing. This is another part that, and I almost want to say that first, that you need to keep firing so you can keep hiring. I got in a rut of we had to have so many people because of this rain to get things done. We need roughly, ideally, we would have 17 guys out working, is kind of on my projection, anywhere from 15 to 17. And we took this just really big, we started to take this dip in guys because of having to let people go because it just wasn't working. We tried to get some people in that were just going to be just laborers that hopefully would learn. And, I got in this thing of, oh my God, I got to have these guys because we got to get this work done. So no matter what, I've got to have them. There's certain people I'm letting stuff slide because I just got to have them. And I realized that I would rather get rid of a lot of people and have just the good guys and hire one good guy to replace 2 or 3 bad guys and leave it up to faith that we're going to get those people, or push the work back, because I was so stuck in making sure that I was going to get the stuff done, and we got all the stuff done. We're staying on schedule as much as we can, and now the rain is slowing down, so we're getting caught up and we're able to sell more work and kind of get back on track. But I got so caught up in I got to have those guys that I was afraid to fire. So, I came in and I realized there were some things that on our mow crew, guys were getting drugged down. So, I walked in and I said, unfortunately, we're no longer, this is kind of at your 30-day review anyway, and this isn't working out. You're not a good fit for us, and we're not a good fit for you. I think you will work out much better somewhere else. And I did this with a couple people along with that writing up. And that's the last thing is you can't get blinded by thinking you need to get things done. You need to see what's really happening. How much money are you losing to push these people out here and try to get stuff done and only have a couple key players watching over this? So keep firing, keep hiring, build your team, and hold that team accountable. I hope this has helped you guys out. Have a kick-ass day and a kick-ass week. Talk to you soon.